Welcome to Big Bastards World. Haven't put out a video in a week or two. It's August 27th. Had started physical therapy this week. Had 3 sessions. Things are coming along okay. Went to the doctor on the 25th. I actually didn't see the doctor, saw his physician's assistant, and he said everything's come along just fine. I'm right where I should be. Next appointment's not for 6 weeks, so I'm off work for at least another 6 weeks. Asked the physical therapist if I could get back to work within 2 months. He said maybe. I said something to the PA whenever he said the next appointment was in 6 weeks, if he thought maybe I could get back to work on light duty by the time I go to my next appointment, and all he would say is we'll see. So I'm off work for another 6 weeks. We'll see about how much longer, and if I get to go back to work or what. Last night we had a little bit of a get-together. The girlfriend's daughter has left for college today. So we had some of her friends over last night that haven't already taken off to college or are still in high school. I wish more would have showed up, but you know, we had a few here and she had a good time. We had a fire out in the fire pit, and they got to make s'mores and set up a volleyball net, badminton net, so they could play. They played a little bit. It was okay. She said she had fun. They'd packed Jamie's car up yesterday, and they were supposed to go over, she was supposed to meet him over at the house at 6:30 this morning. She's running a little bit late to pack up the truck, and Chelsea had a few things left in her room to get, and then they were off to take her to college. So I'm here by myself today, trying not to get myself in trouble. Getting kind of bored sitting around not doing much anything, but I promised I'd behave. Don't know for sure when she's going to be back, but I know she's going to be upset because her only child is away at college now. So I understand that. I've had 2 move out, and it was rather difficult. So tonight's going to be about her when she gets home. Well, it's Tuesday the 30th. I know it's a few days in between the time I recorded last and this one, but just letting a few days go by, see what happened, so I can finish this one up. Jamie got her daughter to college, okay. Got her. They were saying, she was telling me how organized it was when they got up there. You pull up to a certain spot and they ask you what dorm you're in, and you tell them, and they slap the colored piece of paper on your windshield, and you went to that dorm, and they had the ROTC people there that unloaded your car and took it all up to and set it outside the dorm room, and then it was up to you to get everything inside unpacked and organized. So they did that. They got to go to Fuddruckers and have lunch. I've never heard of Fuddruckers until she said something about it. I guess it's just a hamburger joint. She doesn't think it's all that big a deal, but her daughter liked it, and that's all that matters. I mean, that was about her daughter, taking her up to college and stuff. Said she held it together pretty good until she went to leave, and her daughter's telling her, "You better not cry, and you better not cry all the way home." And she said she made it from the dorm to the car and fell apart and cried most of the way home. And she was kind of tearing up, crying here Saturday night. And I totally understand. Like I said, I've had 2 move out, and I didn't think it would bother me when mine moved out, but it did. I mean, not as much as it bothered her taking her daughter to college, but it you know, they're your kids, you love them, it bothers you. Sunday, didn't do a frickin' thing. She was tired, didn't feel that great. All we did was lay around. I didn't even do my physical therapy exercises. I should have, but I didn't. We just kind of laid around and did nothing all day long. Other than that, not much, going on here. Just hanging out. Wishing I could get out and do some things, but I can't really. We did have the dryer quit working on us. I mean, it still tumbles and everything, but the burner doesn't ignite. I think the self-igniter, automatic igniter's gone out on it. So I didn't get clotheslines put in before I had my surgery. So we've improvised. I've gotten out, and we needed to dry some clothes because there was clothes in the dryer that didn't dry, and we had a load in the washer that needed dried. So I got an extension cord out. I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't, but got an outdoor extension cord out, and Jamie hung it in the tree, from tree to tree, so she can throw some clothes on it and dry them if we need to until we can get the dryer fixed. So that's our big excitement. Now I got to call and get the dryer man, or the dryer repair guy in to get that fixed. I don't think it would be that big of a project. I just can't get down and do it. I can't get down into the dryer. I'd have to pull the dryer out and probably take it apart. I don't know. I know there's a little door right there. Right behind it is all the workings for it, but I can't reach in there. I can't get down on the ground and reach in and do it, so I'm gonna have to hire somebody to do it. There's some more money going out. So, oh well, things happen. You got a house and you got stuff. You got repairs to do. So, got her car looked at by a friend, and he's gonna work on it. And so there's a little bit more money. Oh, I don't know if I showed you or not. Not this weekend, but the weekend before. Had a friend, acquaintance. He's one of my buddy's good friends, and I know him. He came over and installed my door for me. So we got our new weather-tight insulated door put up on the back. Storm door didn't fit back on. He said it was a little tall. The only thing he could think of was that when they put the other door in, it was a little bit different size. I mean, it's this 32 wide, but the height might have been a little different because he had to redo some stuff. It's old house. The way they installed the door, he ran into some problems. But anyway, the storm door's a little short, and he suggested I go out and buy a new one. He'd install it for me. Well, I didn't want to spend the money on the new one. After he left, I did some measuring, and I think when it gets around to where I can actually do a little bit of stuff, I could probably take the sweep off the bottom of the door and trim about, I don't know, ½ inch or so off the bottom of the door and frame, and stick it back up, put the sweep back on, stick it back up there and make it work. I'm going to try. If it ruins it, it ruins it. It ain't working out anyway, so if it ruins it and I got to get a new door, then I got to get a new door. If it doesn't and it works, then I've saved myself a few bucks. So, but that's going to be a few weeks down the road, several weeks down the road, before I can even think about trying to get that out and lift it and maneuver it around stuff. So it sits until then. At least we got the good door on. When the winter winds blow, it won't blow through, because the old door, you could just see it rattled. It wasn't tight when you closed it, and you could see light around it. So at least that'll help a little bit. So till next time, see ya.
How active these storms get, but we've got a pretty decent chance to pick up some rainfall that we desperately need. For today, mostly sunny, more great weather with a high of 80.
Cop just drove by, and I couldn't tell if it was just the way the light bounced off his light bar or if he has lights on. Are you done? Are y'all done?
We're beginning to check out our top stories now. A 22-year-old Springfield man is dead. Police say Anthony Gant was shot in the head. It happened on South Wirt. Police say they're staying tight-lipped about what happened, but we should learn more once the autopsy is done later this week.
All of our temperatures this morning are a bit cooler than they were yesterday. Reason for that? Much lower dew points. We're looking at dew points in the upper 50s for most of central Illinois, and that's giving us some minor heat index readings in the mid-60s. We've seen some occasional minor reductions to visibility, but now everybody reporting unlimited visibility, which means that the dry air is taking over what little bit of moisture we did have in place and has cleared right back out. High pressure's in control. Some showers and thunderstorms moving out of Kansas into Oklahoma. We've got another batch moving out of Arkansas into north central Mississippi. But all of this being steered down and kind of underneath our dome of high pressure. The severe weather threat today.
Mommy gave him a ball of yarn.
If we do see any, it's likely to be along this stationary front or along this cold front.
Because Mommy started working on some blankets and she wanted them to scatter her yarn.